So today we are going to learn about simplifying surds. This is the most important part of surds, and I think it's lesson 4. This is like not going to be including any introduction to surds or maybe operating surds. If you didn't go through those videos, you should go through those videos first and then come back to this one. So today, what exactly we're going to understand is simplifying surds. And this is going to be the easiest and the quickest way. Let's get started. So we have square root 44. So the thing is how to solve this, like how to simplify this. What exactly simplify means? So the word simplify means it actually has some square numbers there. We have to remove those square numbers from the surd, like separating square from non-square. Okay, so let's go through that. But before we go through, I'll just include some of the basic things there. Like we definitely know squaring things. If I ask you what's the square of 1, so the square of 1 is 1 only, square of 2 is 4, square of 3 is 9, square of 4 is 16. Similarly, square of 5 is 25. Square of 6 is 36, 7, 49, square of 8 is 64, 9 is 81, and 10 is 100. So these are the square numbers, right? So we can see we have all square numbers here. Now, if I say, let's say for example, these numbers, and what exactly I'm going to do, if I find the square root, so square root of 1, it means like, this is a square number. They all are square numbers. Like these are basic numbers and they are square numbers. So over here I would say they are square numbers, aren't they? They are square numbers, and we are trying to think of what exactly the number was, what exactly the base number, the root number was that made it like this. I mean, how did we get the square number? What number gets squared to give us 4 or 1, something like that. So square root of 1 is like finding which number is squared to get 1. It was 1 only. Square root of 4 is, so we are getting 4, but which number is getting squared? So 2 was squared, so 2 is the root of that square, right? So this is 4, that is square of 2, and what about 2 and 4? So 2 is the root of square number 4. So we're going to be getting 2. Similarly, if we try finding square root of 9, that is 3. Square root of 16, that is 4. I know most of you know this. Square root of 25 is 5. Square root of 36 is 6. Square root of 49 is 7. Square root of 64 is 8. Square root of 81 is 9, and square root of 100 is 10, right? So these all are roots, or we can say square roots, right? Now let's talk about what we were discussing. We were actually trying to simplify this one. We were trying to simplify this. Whenever you have to simplify surds, you actually think of these square numbers, right? You're going to be thinking of these square numbers. Taking any of the square number, which square number can divide 44? Just think. Which square number can divide 44? Or we just have to write, we just have to factorize 44. So can we write 44 as 4 times 11? What did I say? We just have to break this number based on square numbers. So you need not to think of any other thing except these numbers. Right, you will start with your brain is going to be responding very quickly, I'm pretty sure. So you need to think of which particular square number is going to divide 44. So is it 4, 9, 16, 25 and so on? So we got 4 and 11. Okay, now tell me, what is the square root of 4? Can we write it like this? Yeah, so this is what we have done in our first and second lesson. So we multiply under the root. So we can split it up, square root 4 times square root 11. And we know that square root 4 is nothing but 2. So we're going to be writing 2 here and square root 11. This is our answer. Okay, just quickly recap what exactly it was. it was thinking to divide a particular number inside the surd with some square number. So we did the same. We got 4 times 11 and then just splitting the surds. So square root 4 times square root 11. Square root of 4 is nothing but 2 and square root 11 is our surds. So we got our answer. Similarly, if I ask you to solve maybe a 45, okay, 45. So you have to think of which particular, every time you have to divide this number by a square number. Obviously 1, we don't really think of 1. 4 can't divide 9. Let's see if 9 can divide. Yeah, 9 times 5 is 45. So it's like this. You can split it more. Square root of 9 times square root of 5. Square root of 9 is nothing but 3 and square root 5, right? That's it. Okay, so now over here I have included a question. I mean, this one. What do you think? Can we solve this? Or we can't. Like, if I say square root 2 plus square root 3, we can't really simplify it more. But what about this? Can we simplify this? Just think if you're getting any hints. Okay, let's try that. Square root 12 plus square root 75. So it was square root 12 plus square root 75. Okay, let's think again as a square number. What we need to do, we just need to think of dividing 12 by square numbers. So we have 4. Let's divide it by 4. 4 times 3 is 12. Now 75. Think. 9, can't divide it. 16, no. 25, yes, I guess. 25 times 3. Okay, so square root 4 times square root 3 plus square root 25 times square root 3. Okay, so what exactly square root 4 is? Quick. Yes, square root 4 is nothing but 2 root 3 plus square root 25 is 5 root 3. So now we need to add. We just add. You know how to add that, right? So we're going to be getting 7 root 3. And yes, we could solve that, right? So once you understand simplifying surds, that is why I've said that like this is the most important topic, because it's going to be implemented in many different areas to solve many different calculations. So yeah, I think you've understood this. Now we've 2 more questions over here. Would you try solving this? Just try and share your answer through comment. Bye bye, take care.